This is a little snippet on constant rhetoric spewed out of those throw-up holes that belong to all those members of Congress, the President, and the House of Representatives. Have you ever noticed that when you get a room full of Democrats together, they talk about a balanced budget and how they want one? And you could have a whole room, I don't know, and you could have a group of Democrats on one side with that football helmet head Nancy Pelosi standing in front of them all. And you could have another group of Republicans standing over there with that dinosaur McCain and that little ass tag Mitch McConnell. And you could turn the camera and say the whole nation's watching and point them at the Democrats and say, do you want a balanced budget? Yes, we do. And then point the camera at the Republicans and say, do you want a balanced budget? Yes, we do. That's what they'd say. That's what they do say. So, why don't we have a balanced budget? You got to spend only what you take in every month. I do too. I don't have some magic fairy leaving a couple extra $100 under my pillow. You? That's right. Guess who's the magic fairy leaving the money under Congress's pillow? That's right. It's me and you. So, you'll hear these idiots pontificate about how they want this or they want that. And another thing that burns me up is you'll hear Democrats say that a Republican didn't want to, they voted against this bill. And you'll hear Republicans do the same thing. Well, this Democrat didn't want it. They voted against this bill. And then Democrats and conservatives go back and forth in the media and everything else. But the thing that they don't tell you is when a bill is submitted for vote, everyone throws in their little slice of sunshine. And by the time the bill that was originally intended to say cost $500 million now costs $8.5 billion. And that's because everyone who is going to vote for it and vote positively has thrown in a little piece of something for something in their area, in their district. And that's why people don't vote for bills, because they don't believe in all of that extra, they call it pork, extra pork. And so you have to, that's the reason why people are voting against these things, unless they're just dead set against the original intent. But that's normally not the case. They normally are gonna say no, 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 and hold out until they get their little piece of sunshine put into the bill too. Sometimes it's because the bills are so thick. Do you guys remember when they were going to pass Obamacare and the people were pressing Nancy Pelosi, who was the Speaker of the House at the time, and they asked her, so, Miss Speaker, could you tell us what's in the bill? And do you know that football helmet head old sack of bones couldn't even begin to satisfy the inquiries of those reporters because she had no clue? Just go on YouTube. You can see her sitting down with journalists, asking her questions. And she looks and sounds like the blithering idiot buffoon that she is. She has no clue what she's talking about. Her staff is the people that keep her clock winded. Nancy Pelosi has no clue what's going on in Washington, D.C. None. Most of them don't. It's their staff. But Nancy replied to those reporters, you'll just have to pass it to see what's in it. Can you imagine what would happen if you told your boss you wanted to go do this, that, or the other, and he asked you some questions and you said, well, you're just going to have to fund it, pay me, and let me do it, and then come check it out? Guess what? You all know, in the real world, that don't work. But in the Disneyland Tinkerbell dust world of Congress, that's day-to-day operations. So you have to worry about some of those things that you hear these people talking. And you also have to listen. You have to listen to what people say. For like example, Hillary Clinton. Here's one. I'll tell you exactly what I mean. Hillary Clinton says that she has never ever handled an email that was marked classified. Ever. She look dead at the camera. You can see it on YouTube. She says, I have never handled any emails that were labeled classified. Now, to the uneducated or just person that's not in the know, that sounds perfectly plausible, and that sounds like a very acceptable explanation. But let me explain it to you. It's different classifications, like sensitive, top secret, final secret, eyes only. All of that is called classified. So if you were to ask Hillary Clinton in a public forum, Mrs. Clinton, have you ever handled an email that was marked secret, final secret, top secret, or eyes only on your personal email server? She would have to answer yes, or she would have to lie. Do you understand what I'm saying? All of that is considered classified. So when she looks dead at the camera and says, I have never handled an email that was marked classified, she's not lying. So you have to listen to what these people say. Okay? You have to listen to what they say.